Alright, what is up you guys? It is Jake State Farm here with Atomic Theory, hopping right into a match with Opabenia. This is the third round of the Atomic960 Swiss here, and we are both currently 3-0, and my time is running down here. I think I'm going to go here. He does have this move, which is kind of annoying. Stopping our knight here, and the bishop guards the square. I'm sure that's what he'll do. But yeah, guys, Opabenia is potentially the strongest player in the field. This could potentially be the championship match here. It is an 8-round tournament, and yeah, I definitely think Opa is one of the strongest players in the field by far. Just trying to decide how I want to do this. If you guys haven't seen the other videos from the series, please go check those out. I've had two very good matches, and I want to say Opa's had two pretty convincing matches, actually. I think he may have won one of his matches without losing a single game, so this is certainly right up his alley. And then Natso, who pretty much everyone would have thought would be the clear favorite, actually drew his match in round 2. They tied 4-4. And there's no tiebreaker system. It's just counted as a draw if you do that. So there's actually only 5 players with 2 points at this point out of like a 30-player field or something like that. So there's been quite a few draws for sure. Okay. Trying to see what he wants to do here. Obviously, getting this bishop out. Like, this is kind of annoying, but then I'd always have this. Let's just go here. He could go bishop c5. After which I obviously can't take because there's rook b2. But bishop c5, I think I could go knight d5 there. And after takes, queen here. That's just mate. So there's still possibility that like knight d5, c6, and maybe he's okay there. But at the very least, I could trade off with knight b6, and I'd be okay there. So my Achilles heel in this tournament so far has been early queen attacks. I think I've lost 2 or 3 games so far in the tournament due to my opponent just having early queen attacks. So my goal for this match is to not lose any games to early queen attacks, and hopefully I should be able to do pretty well if that doesn't happen. Already I've got this bishop h3 threat, which I really like here. I figured he might go g5, because now if I take, he's got queen g5, I believe. Although I'll have queen e3 there, it gets tricky. I'm tempted to take. I mean, if I get bishop h3 on the board, I can't though, because there's bishop h6, so never mind. It's kind of frustrating. This is a nice little improving move as well. Although that's not great either, because his bishop gets out this way. Okay. I do like this move, just because it stops the pin here. It also kind of threatens knight a4, takes, and bishop a6, although maybe knight a4 is not a big threat anyway. I'm just going to go for it. He could go c4, but I'm not too worried about that. It also opens up my queen. f5 is another candidate move. He could go g4. He could even go g takes f here, which might be scary. I at least have g4. Bishop h6, g5. Not so clear though, not so clear. Okay, he just locks it up. I'm actually not too upset about that move. I want to get pressure this way. He's going to be going for bishop h6, I'm sure of it. Ooh, I actually like this move, knight f2. It may be a little slow, but I like this move. The idea is bishop h6, knight h3, and then if takes, g4, and I can play g5. I actually really like this move. If I can get this g-pawn off the board, bishop h3 becomes really powerful. So I actually really like this idea of knight h3 with a threat of knight g5. We might get into this weird position after bishop h6, knight h3. Everything's kind of tied up here. I can't go knight g5 until he takes, but he doesn't want to take because then I go knight g5. He also doesn't want to take this way. Okay, he just goes ahead and takes, which is fine by me. And now I think I have to continue with knight h3. Yeah, bishop h6 will be met with knight g5. And I think we'll be okay there. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with how this has worked out. Now I'm the one that gets bishop h3 in first. So he's got to respond to my threat. Probably doesn't want to go f5. I'm looking at either rook e6 or knight e6. Either way, I'll have knight d5 though, and this bishop is going to be really powerful. I can go knight d5 here. Bishop h6 has to be met with rook e3 now. But this bishop is quite dangerous. This knight is also quite dangerous. I have to say I like my position so far. But I need to be really wary of his counterplay here. Even if he's able to go, like there's a weird idea of like maybe queen g4 takes and then knight d4. If he's able to get this knight in, I could be in big trouble here. I'm also threatening knight f6, which he stops. Okay, but now this should just be winning, right? Takes. The only move I'm worried about is queen g4 there. Because if he goes rook e6, I just have bishop takes h8 there. Do I have anything better? I could also go here. After which he has to go king d8. I think I want to take this way. Oh, there's also bishop takes. Yeah, let's go bishop takes. It's actually a lot stronger because now I'm threatening knight f6 and there's just this huge fork here. Again, queen g4 is probably his best move. Yep, and he finds it. But now I can do this. And I can at least take here, which could be nice. His queen is still pinned, so he can't move it whatsoever. Yeah, that's his best move, I think. This is tricky. Very tricky. I think I just want to take this way. That relieves a ton of pressure. And again, his queen is still pinned. Yep, and now I got a castle queen side. He's got bishop here. Yeah, and I just move away. Oh, but he has rook coming in. I didn't see that at all. I completely missed this, but I think he missed it too. Although I may be losing this. I somehow managed to lose this, surprisingly. Yeah. Alright, well played to my opponent. I really think I had him there, but he found a lot of really accurate moves there. Alright, here we go, hopping into game number 2. Let's see what he goes for. Yeah, if he goes for knight to c3, I'd definitely respond with b5 like he did against me. It wasn't clear to me what the best first move for white here was. Could be a multitude of things. Okay. Goes for b4, just opening up this bishop. Immediately I'm looking at e5, although it does weaken this diagonal. So I need to be somewhat... I actually kind of like f6. It's a bit passive for me, which I don't normally like. But the nice thing is it opens up this queen move here as well. So I get some pressure on the king at least. Yeah, even like threatening queen c4, queen f4 with a double attack here. Though maybe knight f3, or knight c3 rather, just stops all those ideas. But I quite like this. I'm keeping the idea of e6 alive as well. Obviously, normally you'd want to go e5 in these positions, but the main problem with e5 is just I'd be kind of worried about g3 in here. Although maybe I could have played g5 if he had done that. Okay, so opening up his bishop this way. Now lots of candidate moves. Even knight e6 I don't hate, because he's pushed this e-pawn. I think I'll go for it. He's pushed this e-pawn, so there's no easy way to stop both of these moves. And honestly, I'd be happy to trade off this knight for this bishop. I think this bishop is really strong. And I'd love to get it off the board. It'll open up this f-pawn that's pinned right now. Yeah, even bishop takes would be nice, losing a tempo. He could also go bishop e5 here. Okay, let's just go for this and allow him to trade off if he wants. And he does. Now I want to open up my bishop. Although e5, then maybe he has knight e3 there. There's also just b5, which I'm not losing immediately there. So let's go for it. Gotta be wary of queen c5, c6, but then all these squares are covered. There's no way to get his queen in that I see. Ah, maybe he does have here c6, queen f5, but at the very least I maybe have queen e6 there. Okay. I mean, g6 just makes a lot of sense, honestly. I want to get my g-pawn pushed anyway to get this bishop out. Obviously, this f-pawn is pretty annoying at the moment, but... Again, I don't hate my position here. At all. Yeah, I think I need to just go e5, putting pressure here. Taking maybe is good for him. Then I have d5, maybe? This is tricky. This guy is very strong. This is right up his alley. He is, you know, already a very strong normal Atomic player, but Atomic960 really fits his skill set. Just very good positionally. Not always looking for an advantage out of the opening, just looking for a position that's very playable. I think if takes, I've got to go d5, d4, and try to cut off this queen here. Also opening up the line for my bishop as well, potentially. Interesting. That actually makes a lot of sense. I want to go a5, but it opens up queen a7, which is not great. So I guess I'm just going to take here. Has to be the move. Yep, and he goes for this again. And I'm tempted to go for this same idea of knight f7 that we saw in the last game. If here, I may just take it. This bishop is so powerful. Even if he gets knight e3 in, it'll be super powerful for me. I also have knight e5, which should come with a tempo. Although knight e5, bishop h3, yeah. I think I gotta go for this to block off this diagonal now. Whew, man, it's all about these diagonals right here. That's what this game is being played on right now. I saw this, but I don't know if it works. He's gonna go queen g5 again. No, he goes for this, allowing me to take if I want. I also have this. He's threatening queen g4 though, which is a huge threat. I may also just castle here. Or maybe queen f8 is the move. This seems very strong. Because if queen g4, I can castle. And oh wait, no, it doesn't work. Oh, for some reason I thought my king would go to b8. I got my king side and queen side confused. All right, now bishop h3 is super strong, unfortunately. I have to run with king b7, which this knight is pinned. So it's not like its queen is getting out anytime soon. That's crazy position, but it looks ugly. I mean, my bishop is trapped. It only works if this queen is able to get activated here, which maybe it is. Maybe queen f2 is just such a huge threat here. Honestly, kind of a mental lapse, but it may end up working out here. I'm so close to being able to, like, bishop h3, rook e6 here and here. It just doesn't quite work. Okay, interesting. He goes for this instead. Now I can come here, which makes sense to me. Because bishop h3 is not met with queen takes. Yep, and I'm going to do the same thing, just trying to get my king to run now. Again, this knight is still pinned. Okay, now it's finally unpinned, but he can't come here. He's got to go knight f5, and then of course I just come here if he does. I think I have to go c5. Still can't come here. My queen is threatening to mate him, so the knight is still trapped for now. I've got threats of queen f2. After which, I might win a bunch of material. Obviously, he's looking at rook d2. Oh, wow. I missed that completely. Well, I've got some crazy ideas of bishop g2 here. I think this just works. I can sack. I don't see what he does here. He can't push this C pawn. Rook d4 I take. Yeah, he's got to sack the queen. Oh, I almost have this, but then he's got c3 there. Okay, surely I've got something here. Does this work? Okay, now we're good. Ooh, man. Crazy game. Oh, and I have to take this way so I don't open up this rook. Wow, very close game, very close game. There's just fireworks all across the board. That's what I love about this variant. All right, starting the 30-second timer. Immediately, these two knight moves really jump out to me. Particularly this one, actually. I think I'm just going to go for it. Because with this one, he could have gone g5, which is blocking the knight from coming in this way, and it's blocking this. But yeah, now he's got to push a pawn, which is nice. Seems like we've already got him on the defensive. Let's stop the clock here. Now it's just a question of how do we want to continue. So many options here. Let's take our time. So c3 is a candidate move, getting our queen out this way. The nice thing is his knights really can't move at all. Only problem is I can't really sack here because after takes his rook opens up. So I actually think there's possibilities for something like this. Threatening here. Although then there's maybe knight b6. Also g4 or b4, what I'm looking at as well. Let's go for g4. This seems like a pretty big threat that he has to stop. Yeah, c6. Because now b4, knight b6, I can at least take. Yeah, let's just go for b4. I'm willing to trade this bishop off here, I think. Obviously, knight b6 is threatening mate in 2 here. So if he goes knight b6, I think I have to take here. But I think that's a decision I'm okay with. Okay, instead he's giving us this. After takes, I have to go d4. Ah, but then there's queen f4 at the end there. And it's actually just losing. So maybe e4 is the move now. That's real tricky. Yeah, okay, I'm glad I saw his threat though. Yeah, I think it has to be e4. Now this is a decent threat, to be honest. Maybe we respond with knight c5. Although it looks like I'm honestly just getting mated there too. It may have to be c4. It's actually turning out to be really bad for me. I still can't come here. He's got takes. There's no way to stop his queen shenanigans. Because he gets this tempo here. I'd love to be able to do something like knight f3, which I guess I technically could. I technically can go knight f3. Maybe I just go for this. I'm going to lose a bunch of material here after knight c4 and knight d2. But hopefully I'll get a huge attack going. He's also got this, but then I take this way and my f-file opens up. So if I had to guess, I think he's going to come here. Could also take this way. He wins material no matter what here, but we're just going for a huge attack. At that point, we were going to lose material. The other option was c4, allowing knight a4 there, and something like knight b2. Either way, it was scary, and that's honestly a really good move, just blocking off this bishop here. Very strong move. I need to get this f-pawn rolling, so I guess knight g5 looks pretty tempting. I can't go e5, there's just knight. Yeah, let's go this way. I'm cool with him taking here. Get our f-pawn rolling, blocks the queen, and kind of prepares a rook lift if he does castle here. Let's go ahead and get f4 in. Now bishop f3 is a move as well. e5 can be played. But I think I prefer his position here. He's up a pawn. And his position is not too bad. Okay, taking is the obvious move to look at, I guess. Because it's opening up knight f4 as well, but then maybe there's bishop e5. h4. No, I probably don't want to take. It's opening up rook g8. Let's just go f5 then. He can go bishop e5, takes d5, or yeah, d5, e5. I think I've got to take this. I don't want to go h4 because then there's check and king g2, and that's just ugly. The nice thing is this bishop isn't doing too great right now. If he goes d5, it'll be even another step behind. Okay, gotta go e5. Now f6 makes sense, and I'll go rook e8, or rook e1 rather. Gotta play this. He may go e6 now. This is very scary. Also, what is going on? It keeps saying that I'm not here. I hope I'm not lagging too much. It seems to be okay on the recording end here. Okay, so e6. Interesting, he just castles. That's actually... seems to be very good. So what ideas do I even have? I mean, obviously queen d1. It just sacks a queen, though. It's not very pretty. I guess rook f3, rook g3 is potential. It's not great, but it's something. Maybe there was a c3 idea as well after takes, rook e5, takes queen here. Ah, but no, this just comes with the tempo anyway, so yeah. Well, this also allows my king to run to f1, which I may do here. After takes, I may go king f1. That may actually be stronger, because rook g3 does allow queen f4. If takes, he's got rook g8. So if takes here, I may just have to run to king f1, which is not bad. It stops this threat, which is nice. Yeah, I think I gotta do this. Rook g3, queen f4, I have to go like bishop f3, and I'm not so sure about that position. Now I've got this threat. He may go e5, and he does. I think that's a really accurate move. Okay, I gotta make something happen here. I want to take, but then there's like queen e5 takes, and then he could keep pushing, I think. Okay. This is bad. This is bad news. Can't allow this here, and then queen coming in. My pieces are just terrible right now. Okay, I'm holding on though. This queen is coming here if he takes. Yeah. He really outplayed me that game. GG's, GG's. Alright, so far we have had 3 games and we have had 3 black wins. Let's try to stay on that trend here with another black game. Okay, and he starts with the same opening that I did. I think it's got to be d6. I have 25 more seconds, but I think it's got to be d6. It was a good move just to open up this rook here. So I think I'm definitely going for this. Yep, and b4 can be met with knight b6 though. I think I'll do it. He's got c4, and then maybe knight f6 for me. That's tricky. Knight f6 here takes d4. c6 doesn't quite work. There's also e5, but then there's knight c5. This is not so simple actually. Let's have knight a4. So knight h6. But I kind of prefer knight f6, but I think he can do this after knight f6, although it looks weird. Doesn't look like it should work. Okay, but then at least after here, he's got to push this d pawn, either blocking off his bishop or queen. So at least his attack will be a little bit less potent. Yep. Now we come here. And again, he's either got to cut off the queen or the bishop here. So he cuts off the bishop. So now I could go g6, potentially. Although there's queen there. Which I don't love that. So maybe f5 is the move. Although that's kind of an ugly move to make. I have to say, he's played this a lot better than I did. I mean, like e6, but then there's just d5. I really want g6, but I don't know what to do against queen e5, queen e4 there. Castles, takes, just looks bad. This is tricky. Let's just go e6. I'm sure he'll go d5, which is strong. I mean, I have some counterplay with knight a4, knight b2. And I guess he can't trade off this bishop. I have knight c3. He needs to get this knight out first before he can castle. I want to go c6 as well, but it doesn't really work after d5. Yeah, let's just go for this. It's something at least, even if it's not great. He still has queen e4. It's a strange move, but it might actually work. I don't really know what to do against queen e4, because even f5, I think he can go d6. I know, I would take with a tempo here, never mind. This is real tricky. Yeah, here I guess it's f5, but then if back, yeah. I don't think he'll find this move anyway, and it's probably not the best move, but okay. Allowing knight b2, so at least I'm cutting off his bishop here. Oh, he just castles the... I don't know why I didn't think about that. Let's go c5, because after d6, I want to be able to play b6 and have my bishop open. Although I have to... I might just be completely lost here after d6. Wow, no way. Surely that's not right. I think starting with d6 would have been stronger, because I can't push my b pawn. He's got d7. I don't know what I would have done there. Now I've got at least some counterplay. Pushes f pawn. I have b5. Still don't think I'm doing great, but it's better than what it should have been, I think. No, let's just go ahead and go b5, forcing out e4. And now his queen's blocked as well. Yeah, he can come here. Still not great. But this knight over here is actually kind of a champ. I'm okay with here and king over, opening up my bishop then. Maybe queen a7 ideas. Could be a nice scam. Although it takes... I guess I should have taken this way, I don't know. But now I'm betting takes in c4. So I've still got some life. Still got some life in me. Queen A2 ideas coming over here. My knight defends for now. Let's see what he does to stop this. And again, this bishop is so strong too. This knight blocking off his bishop. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. I've got some ideas here. Okay. He goes for this. Do I take this way or... Yeah, let's take this way. Let's just do this. I wasn't so sure what to do there. Wow, this is a crazy position. I want to trap his bishop in there. I might be losing here still. In this crazy position. None of my pieces can move except for this rook here. Let's go for this and bishop back. Maybe this is losing though. Maybe I can get a repetition though, yeah? I might be able to hold for a draw here actually. Yeah, because I'll always be able to just go to a different file. Golly, what a game. Wow, okay. I will take a draw in that position. Oh, does he want to swap sides? This guy is strong. Okay, here we go. Okay, wow, this seems like a playground for the white pieces. I don't really want to get my knights out because no matter any knight I get out, he can always just block. C4 seems like the easiest move. Coming here, it doesn't block anything either. If I go C3, it's technically blocking my queen in. C4 I think is the best starting move in this position. Could be wrong though. Now D4 has this threat of bishop H6. Again, I'm a little weary to go knight F3. It may be the right idea, but I'm a little bit wary to do it. Yeah, let's just continue with B4. Again, this doesn't make too much sense. I think I would just take here. So if I can get him to push all these pawns, then I'm pretty happy. Okay. I think this is what I want, opening up this bishop as well now. H6 makes a lot of sense. Then I have ideas of takes and F6, and then what would I do there? I want to make this move of bishop E4 work. Okay, interesting. Allowing D5, which really kind of clamps down this queen, allowing knight F3 now. I'm happy to be able to push these pawns up and just kind of clamp down these pieces. If I can get a lot of space on the queen side, then I can really shut down his position. In the early game, it may not look like it, but towards the end of the game, if these pieces are cut off by pawns, it's going to be really hard for him to play. I want to make knight E3 work, but then there's F5. It's unclear what to do after that. Could also start with something like this, although then it would be knight E6, because I'm just thinking after takes, I've got some fun ideas, hopping my knight in. Yeah, I think I'm going to go keep pushing here, and he'll likely go F5, and I'll have some ideas of like A4, getting my bishop on this diagonal, just kind of changing course there. I think he's going to play, okay, interesting. Wow, he goes for this. Very interesting. Because now his f-pawn is blocked as well. I'm not too upset about just going f3 though. I don't see what he's threatening here. I'm not upset about this. Knight is blocked off completely. f3 is kind of a move I want to make anyway, and now knight e3 is a pretty big threat. He'd have to sack his knight, takes an f5 because he doesn't have f5 immediately. I don't really want to take here just because this bishop is going to be pretty important to be able to get on both of these diagonals. I want to just kind of keep it free, and yeah, it looks like he's going to go for the same thing. I have to play a4 here. Maybe I had time for this, but yeah, he's going for the same thing as me. Now I think I can go knight e3. I think I've got time for this. He still can't take here because I have this, and if he goes here, he can't do that, can't do this. I guess bishop a6 he could, after which it would just be a trade. Okay. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Now he'll probably go f5. Surely. I need to be careful here. I can't play e5 yet. He's still got this threat. So after f5, it's likely e4. There's also knight f3. I'm trying to think which one is better here. I guess maybe knight f3 is better, because if there are some trades on the queen side over here, I'd like to have my knight as active as possible. And yeah, the difference with knight f3 is that it allows e4, but then he also has to get c6 in for it to mean anything. I just think it's too slow. Like after e4, I'll probably just go d6 anyway. And now I'm threatening to come here. Actually, queen is probably the bigger threat. Okay, so he's trying to stop it. And successfully, honestly. But I can actually come in this way too. So I'm going to go and push. He may go b3 here. Well, no, he can't because I'm threatening here. So he can't go b3 immediately. Likely takes, and then maybe rook d1. There's also this idea of bishop e4. I've seen it in the position for a while now. I don't think it quite works, but the idea with bishop e4 is if d5 I can just take, and I've got this threat here. There's no bishop b7 because I'm coming here, but he would have always had knight e6 there, I think. This is interesting. I can take all of his bishops here. This seems wrong. No, okay, he guess he gets mate there. Well, takes here, and then I can go queen takes. Yeah, I think I'm actually better there. I have to go queen takes here, because if I go g3, he's got knight h3. And I can't go takes here, because then he's got queen g2. So my knight's pinned, but yeah, I just go queen takes now. And these bishops are going to roll. He might castle queenside as well. This is tricky. I don't know who's better here. Bishop e4 is a threat. Bishop f4 is a threat if he comes over here to get some counterplay here. And again, this pawn is actually really strong because if he ever goes d5, I can just take. And then my rook is wide open. I think I'm better. Okay. So he's not going to be able to castle queenside now. Oh, I just completely forgot about that move. Oh, that's not good. This is tricky. I can't believe I just forgot that he can play b3. I mean, I guess bishop e3 is also an idea. I honestly think I guess I have to go this. e4 will be my only chance to block his queen, so I can't go e4 now. But if I were him, I'm just taking here and hoping for the best. Okay, he doesn't do it. I guess I want to go ahead and get this move in, I think. Oh, I guess not. If takes, then I'll definitely do it. No, I can't. Yeah, I still can't. I can't believe I allowed b3. That might be what loses this game here. Okay. Oh wait, he can still take here. Oh, I guess not. Oh, this is crazy now. Yeah, I think I'm losing now. Somehow, some way, I think this is a loss. Just don't know how yet. Okay. It's not over yet. Whoa. Insane. And I just win barely. Oh my gosh. Wow, he's got to be kicking himself after that one. I think he had a way. I could be wrong, but I think he had a way to take both of my rooks off the board there. And if he did that, he was surely winning the end game. Yeah, I misplayed it. I still think the queen sack I made may have been the right idea, but then bishop a2 is what I'm sure lost it for me. I just totally forgot he could play pawn to b3. Okay, so he opens with b4 instead of c4. This is so scary. I'm kind of just tempted to get my pawns out like this. Still got 20 seconds here. Yeah, let's just go for this. Okay, yeah. The idea is just to wall up here, I think. And just hope for the best. He's going to get d4 in, and I'm going to have to go h6. I'm just going to make him beat me. Maybe he'll make a mistake. Obviously, his position is much preferred here. He's going to have the same thing that I had in the last game, where he is going to potentially be able to cut off these pieces. Even a4 here is a relatively strong move, I think. Yeah, just he's playing this correctly, I think. Just pushing these pawns. Maybe I can get some counterplay here with my queen. I'm sure he'll go a4, though. Just trying to wall up as much as possible, I think, here. I think it's the right approach. Because this comes with this threat here. Now after it takes, I've got some ideas of bishop a7. Can also take this way. Well, let's go d5, actually. Getting this bishop out as well. As long as he's not able to push any of his pawns past this rank, I'm feeling pretty good. In 960, I feel like it's pretty important to try to stay ahead on the clock as much as possible, too. Just because you're both playing positions that you're not familiar with. After g4, I'm looking at h5. I want to get this bishop in. Okay, interesting. He allows the bishop to come in. This is very interesting. I guess his idea is he can go knight f3. But I always have this idea. I guess we can hold off for now. We don't need to go for it right now. Knight e6 is a tempting move to make as well. If he goes bishop a2, I've got c4. And with these pawns pushed, there's no immediate ideas of his rooks coming in when these pawns come off the board. So that's another benefit. My idea is knight g5, trying to get some pressure. Of course, he can't take because I come in this way. Now I've got threats of knight g5, bishop g4. Okay. I think I'll go ahead with this. h3 might be a really strong move, though. Maybe I should have started with this. Because after h3, I don't really know what I'm going to go for there. Okay, maybe b5 is an idea too. I need to be looking at this. I guess I need to just go with b5 actually. He may try to get d6, but then I might have bishop a7 there. And actually with the c pawn here, I'm the one that gets to choose when this diagonal gets opened up and when this one closes off. So I actually am not hating my position here at all. I think I've clawed my way back here. D6 is definitely the most tempting move for him, but I think he'll probably see Queen A7, or sorry, Bishop A7. And if takes, I just don't see how he's surviving after C4. Okay. Now I think I go ahead with Bishop A7. Just delaying this move as long as I possibly can. Still, if takes, I have C4 and I can take here. I mean, it's a good trade for me. It's not mate necessarily. He can go 93. Yeah, that works too. I mean, takes, yes, I can go up material for sure. But I'm also looking at knight D6 with the idea of threatening knight E4 after bishop E3. Because if I can take here and then, you know, yeah, so he goes ahead and goes for this. I think I will take. There's this possibility, just cutting off my idea of trying to take here. But then I'll have some ideas of this and this. Oh, that could be nasty. Although then I'll have bishop E4 in the end. Yeah, if I could get this bishop out, that'd be so nasty. Okay, this almost works, but I just think it doesn't quite work. I can't tell though, actually. Queen takes. He's got knight E3. He'll surely do it. Bishop B7. If rook here, no matter rook or bishop, I think I take this way and then castle queenside. Am I winning that? I think I might actually be winning that. Holy moly, that is a crazy combination. I'm just going to go for it. I might be throwing the game away, but I see it. And I have to go for this. He's either going bishop E4 or rook F3. And I think either way I want to take with the light squared bishop. I think I want to keep the dark squared bishop on the board. Because if I take this way, then he's always going to have another piece to block here. So I think I want to go this way. I'll run here. And then this is what I've calculated. King G3 and queenside castles. I may be lost here. I don't know what's happening. I genuinely don't know, but it looks like maybe it's at least going to be a draw here. He can't come here. So he's got to go queen D1. Oh, he doesn't even play queen D1. I think queen D1 would have... Oh, maybe he would have lost that too, though. Wow. Wow, okay. I don't know if that queen sacrifice was actually good or not, but we played it. And we are now up 3.5 to 2.5, so we just need to get one win out of these last two games. And we will be one of the strongest players, if not the strongest player in this whole tournament. Okay. Immediately knight D3 jumps out at me. F4 jumps out at me. I think I'll just go with F4. Opening up the bishop here. Okay. So E4 gives me some ideas of this and also kind of opens up this bishop on this diagonal. I think maybe I'll go for it. I guess this isn't an automatic win. He could go bishop b6 there. So it's not necessarily a checkmate. Now I think I want to play c4. The thing is, it's going to be hard for him to get on this diagonal because I'll be quicker to e5 and blocking this off. So I always try to think about that, which one's going to be quicker here. Also, bishop a5, I just have b4, I think. So I don't see a way for him to expose c4, so then I just play it. If he doesn't have a way to beat it, I play it. It was between, I mean, really, it also threatens this as well. So, like, just kind of wanting to block the knight, but also just stopping his discovered attack on c2 there. And I thought he may go for this. But like I said, worst case scenario, I do have e5. Knight e4, bishop f3 is at the very least a trade here. Wondering if I can get greedy and go for more with something like knight g3 here. Because after takes queen f3, I think it's honestly just mate. So I may try to get greedy and go for this. Seems okay. I don't see an immediate way to punish it. I mean, knight f2, bishop f3, and he just has to go back. I'm going to try this. After this, I'm like fairly confident this is just mate. I don't see a way for him to stop this threat. With this bishop here and these pawns here, just blocking every piece that he'd want to get in the way. Yeah, bishop f3 was definitely the obvious move, but after I looked at knight g3, if I could trade this knight off for this one in the middle, that'd be amazing. Actually, knight f2 does make some sense here, after which bishop f3, he's got to go back and takes, but then I'm threatening queen f3. I don't hate that at all. Alright, we just need to stay focused here. Goes for f5. I don't really want to take that, so let's just go this way. It does open up this bishop as another defender here, but let's see how he handles this. d5 is a good move, because after takes, then he's got e5. So I don't really want to take this. Yeah, and he finds it, of course. Of course, of course, of course. This is tricky. I also would love to go e6 here, but it opens up queen b7, which is just a little scary. I think I'll just go b3, just cutting off this bishop here, keeping this pawn here to block his queen. It's kind of a defensive move, maybe a bit too defensive, but I'm looking later on down the line at basically d4 and this bishop, and just having my bishops roll this way. I think with my pawn on e5, I'm set up quite a bit better to defend any ideas that he has like that. Yeah, and he's going to try to come this way. Maybe with knight b6. But honestly, I think this is still just threatening mate, right? Like, say he goes knight f7, I think this is just mate. And even if he doesn't go knight f7 and keeps the bishop here, no matter what, I can take rook c4. Okay, I think this is just winning. I'm pretty sure, because I'm also opening up queen b5 this way. And if bishop b6, I've got queen d7. Boom, and we got him. Let's go. Wow, what a match. What a match. Yeah, and that last game was very quick. Yeah, this pawn on e5 was just so killer. Let's flip over to the analysis real quick and see. Yeah, wow, and already I was much better. I think knight g3 was the right idea. Yeah, and knight g3. And so bishop f3 was the obvious move, but it kind of loses most of the advantage, I think. Knight g3 made a lot of sense. And then after f5, I guess I could have taken. I totally just didn't even see that. Which I don't know why it would have mattered so much. And then I thought d5 was his best try. Okay. Oh, no, it was still fine. Okay, wow. Yeah, in this position, I honestly didn't know what he had. This was just a good, I wonder if it was a good starting position for white or not. Yeah, +8, wow. So it was just a good position for white. Oh, I had queen f3. See, I need to get better at these ideas. Queen f3. Yeah, see, just to win immediate material. d5 and then queen g4 with this pin here. Anyway, GG's to my opponent. That was an insane match. Opa Benia is genuinely one of the best players in the field. And he still could win. It's an 8-round tournament. We're only done with 3 rounds. So he very well could beat me in the end. Especially because there's plenty of other strong players like Natso, Hallen's in it. A bunch of strong players. So, but yeah, anyway, this is a great match. I appreciate you guys' support. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.